In July, Canada welcomes fashion icon Furne One of Amato Haute Couture. Clarice Monlick-Mon from Couture, Culture and Arts is here to tell us more. So for those unfamiliar, tell me a bit about his portfolio.
Okay, Furne One of Amato Couture. The name may be not very known, but the people he dressed up is very known. So namely like Lady Gaga, Beyonce, Katy Perry, name all those Hollywood stars. And also he had collaborated with
Heidi Klum.
Heidi Klum, yes.
This is his first time coming to Canada.
We've been working with Furne for the last 2 years for his coming to Canada. And he loves Canada. He heard so much about Canada and he wants to come here. And we are so excited because like Couture, Culture and Arts, or CCA, is a very new event organizing group. And for someone like Amato Couture to trust us, to bring him here for the very first time, we are so honored.
And he's originally from the Philippines, but he works in Dubai and Paris. I think, how many store locations? 4 store
Yeah, he has 4
locations?
store locations. And like as I always told you earlier, like a lot of designers are making nice collections and all that, but not so many of them have the what's so-called retail presence. So he has 4 stores, he has like 80 employees, and even like get other works done for like embroidery group and all that, and have all these collections done by those people.
Shoes and perfumes.
Yes, 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 she has shoes and perfume. And another thing that he's want to come up with is, it started actually last year, but he's going to do another big launch. He's going to do his ready-to-wear, like luxurious line on ready-to-wear.
His simplest design is $5,000 starting. It's usually it can be $10,000
or could be more. Yeah,
way more.
Yeah. The reason that he come up with like Amato perfume, like Amato Couture perfume, is that he wants more people to have him, because since he's doing mostly more couture and custom made, not everyone could really wear Amato Couture per se.
Him.
So with the perfume, everybody can wear him because it's somehow affordable.
So what is CCA doing with him when he comes in July?
Okay, good question. So on July, CCA is so proud to be the first to bring Amato Couture, Furne One Amato Couture in Dubai, in Canada for the very first time, and it's very exciting. The show is not a typical runway show. It's going to happen in a 100-year-old Gothic church, and we want to surprise.
Beautiful.
Yes, and we want to surprise everyone. What would be the look of the church on D-Day?
I guess you're collaborating with the church. You're also collaborating with a modeling agency, Elite Models.
Yes.
There's a charity that you're collaborating with. There's a couple different people. Tell me a bit about that.
Okay, thank you for giving me this chance. So like Couture, Culture and Arts will never be like established without the help of a lot of volunteers. Number one, we'd like to thank our volunteers, and the major source of our volunteers is the Ryerson students. The Ryerson management students and the Ryerson
the fashion business management.
Yes, the fashion business management of Ryerson, like their college. So they're very helpful.
What are they doing for the show?
They are our main source, like our main source for volunteers. So the creative side and the PR side is like helped by them a lot. Okay, aside from that, we're trying to support also local business, like. Sometimes when you talk about fashion, the focus is always on the runway and the finished product. So this time we have very good support from a textile company. We called it Yasser Mayasa company, and they will have a very nice display at the foyer of the church. There would be dress form featuring all their fabric collections. And what's amazing about this, it's a local fabric company, and they are wholesale, and they can actually create their own designs. And I'm very excited because in the future, CCA and this textile company will collaborate, and we will give a very special package and support to designer students. We know that when you're starting,
it can be challenging.
Cost-wise.
Oh, yes.
So like we have a lot of things planned, and we want to collaborate with these colleges and universities that offers this designing courses.
And there's also a local charity. I believe they're out of Cooksville. They're about nature.
It's about nature, and it's about like taking care of our planet Earth. So it's called Health and Wellness International Foundation. And I'm going to leave more details about that with my friend later on to come and talk about it. I don't know if it's a coincidence, but it used to be a church as well. So can you imagine the runway fashion show that would help raise funds for this foundation would be in a 100-year-old Gothic church. And the foundations having, like what we call, it's also previously been a church and then transformed into the foundation's haven.
Speaking of the runway show, I noticed with Furne One's previous collections, he usually goes with a theme, either religion or royalty or BDSM.
Or like war.
Do you know what the theme will be this runway show?
Oh yeah. I'm not really sure if I have to, I'm allowed to talk so much about it, but as I said, it would be a great surprise. The church will be transformed into something. And one thing that I have to tell you is Deborah Lucas is actually interior decorator as well herself. And this will connect again to that foundation because there's a lot of green and outdoor ambience inside the church. So you can see
stained glass windows.
Yes, you got it there, yeah. And okay, a little teaser. It would be like a garden inside the church. So imagine a runway, a garden inside the church. And the stained glass is right there. And our runway is not a typical long runway.
What is it?
It's going to be like runway everywhere. And you're going to be walking. So yeah, I'm going to tell you after this.
Did Furne One have any part in the decoration or the interior design? I know that he's very hands-on in his show. So has he talked about makeup or hair looks? I know that you're collaborating with Mac. Does he have any part in all the behind-the-scenes action for this show?
The answer for that is all yes. I'm in the phone, I'm in Skype with him almost every day. He didn't start the collection until we're done with the concept of the runway. He didn't start the collection until he knew it's a church.
It's all based around that.
It's based around that. He's very picky on all these things. It's like the collection has to totally blend on the concept. So that's how he did it. Like everything, the music, the venue, even the models, is very particular on the models. Like I do casting with like shows in the past, and like when you have headshot plus all the specifications of a model, that's done. For him, all that plus a video of the walk. He's very particular. And you know why? He told me about it, is that his collections are really couture and fully beaded, and it's really heavy.
And they're heavy.
Okay.
And he's doing a collaboration with
Swarovski crystals, yes. And not all designers have collaboration with Swarovski crystals.
No, it's hard to do.
Yes, they're very particular. You have to really see the image, the type of design a designer does. So for him, anything that glitters in his collections, it's not just anything but Swarovski. So it's not only for the show in Toronto, but every time he makes collections, it's all like collaboration with Swarovski
Is that
crystals.
every outfit?
Yes.
Wow.
Every
those outfits are going to be heavy.
Yes, yeah, it is.
So where can people buy tickets or find tickets for the show, and when and where is it?
Okay, the show's gonna be in Toronto. It at 162 Bloor Street. It's almost just opposite of the Royal Ontario Museum, next to Louis Vuitton shop.
Ooh.
And it's
Fancy.
yes, and it's going to be 2 shows. So you have a choice to watch at 6:30 or 8:30. And the tickets is available online. The maximum capacity per show is 250 people.
Wow.
So we could say that because it's 2 shows, so it's like 500 people all in all can fit. We encourage them to come earlier so they can try and try our like cocktails. There will be pass on food and drinks before the show.
Okay, well, thank you very much for coming on, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to Inbox. We're here with Deborah and Hussein. They're collaborating for this runway event with the CCA. Tell me a bit, Deborah, about how you're collaborating. You have a charity.
Yes, it's called Health and Wellness International Foundation Canada. One is in Canada and the Barbados one is in Barbados, but they have the same names. And it's basically about having us reconnect to our heart center and to start to protect our planet a little bit more carefully, and basically I started with this concept when I realized that a lot of people were not really focusing on their health in the right way, being preventative. You can prevent so many things if you live in a certain way with respect.
So how many locations do you have in Canada? I know that you're opening up a new one, a new headquarters in Cooksville.
Right.
So tell me a bit about that. I heard it's an old church.
Yes, it was built in 1871, and the floors are all beautiful pine. It took me 3 years to restore it, and in the bottom floor is going to be basically a women's center, and upstairs it'll be lofts and a place that people can stay, and it's sort of like the trademark headquarters. It has a almost 200-foot walkway.
That's
to the
a lot,
actual
but that's
front
nothing
door.
compared to how many acres of land you guys have?
Well, we have like 100 acres, and then that's surrounded by another 600 acres of
That's a
Nature's
lot.
Conservancy, 700 acres, and it's like 20 minutes from Barrie, so you don't have to go to Algonquin anymore. So we're going to be having like cooking and eating outdoors.
For families, can anyone come there?
Yeah, anyone can come. We're building a center. We started basically with organic gardens.
Okay.
And basically, it's going to be in conjunction with the one in Barbados, which is basically an older Catholic hospital that was abandoned. So that's
Oh,
on
so it's
30
already known in the community. People are already familiar with it.
Well, starting like this year is the first year, so this is it's gonna.
So conservatory, is it like a butterfly conservatory, nature conservatory? You said that
Nature,
there's
nature.
organic gardening.
Yes.
What else is there?
Camping, walking through the woods, and then an educational center. So this is what we're building right now.
So in order to build this, you need to gather some proceeds. So the
Right.
CCA and this Runway Show is actually helping you out with that.
Yes,
So
they
a
are.
portion of the proceeds are going towards which project?
The one in Lovering, beautiful
Lovering,
name,
oh.
Lovering. We're going to start off, as I said, with the gardens and the outdoor patio, gazebo, swimming areas, and also
Fun in the sun.
Yes.
You've got the right hat for it.
Yeah, right.
And actually, collaborating with CCA for this Runway Show also is Hussein. So how are you collaborating?
Well, it's an honor for us to collaborate with Clarice and CCA. We will be helping with the tickets, and we also we will have at the entrance of the church our fabrics on models there standing, so people can have and
You
look
actually
and
work
touch.
with a lot of textiles.
Yes,
So
that's
not
right.
just designing, not just
No,
selling them,
everything. Yeah, as we were talking, I started working in this when I was 4 or 6 years old.
How long has it been around for?
The business was established 1926, so it has been there for almost 90 years.
4 generations.
So I'm the 4th generation of the family doing this. So I grew up doing it. I love fabrics, and I enjoy doing it.
And you don't just work out of Mississauga or Toronto, you have multiple locations.
Yeah, it's a family business, as I said. So my brother is in Dubai, he's taking care of that. We have a cousin in Iraq, we have somebody in Russia, and I'm here. My dad comes back and forth in China. We will be just showing them at the entrance of the church. That's what we will be doing. This is we would like to give back to the community, that as Clarice had mentioned, because this is in support of the students, the fashion student at Ryerson University. We are a wholesale company, and I would like to give back to people who are in Canada.
Very nice. Well, thank you very much for coming on and
Thank
telling
you.
me a
Thank
bit
you for
about your
having us. Thank you so
collaborations.
much.
Right. It's exciting, very exciting.
And we'll be right back. We're back with Shelley and Clarice. Shelley is from SMJ Magazine, which you guys are doing a collaboration for the CCA Runway Event. Can you tell me a bit about that?
Yes, we are. And actually, I'm the founder and publisher of FNJ Magazine. We are a business, lifestyle, and image publication. We publish 4 times a year with limited printed editions distributed across the GTA.
This collaboration, you're not taking pictures, you're not posting anything that's going on during the show. Your magazine is all about the show, but you're actually going to have it ready for the show.
I am so honored and I'm so thankful that in celebration of 150 Canada, they choose to print a special issue focused on fashion and featuring the show on July 29. And it will all about Furne One of Amato Couture and the people that runs the show. So like it will be about
all the different collaborations,
yes,
like
Mac
Ollie, and the designers.
Yes, like the Ryerson fashion students, the after party venue, which is the AFS Club. So everything that worked hard and collaborated to make that show possible. It will be in the magazine. So it will not be a soft copy. So it will not just for the millennials, but baby boomers, Generation X can have fun reading a hard copy.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming on, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to Inbox. I'm here with Andrew from Media and Publications.
That's right.
And Minnie from Marketing. That your name kind of goes together, Minnie Marketing. So tell me, what are you guys doing for the CCA event?
Well, we've just met, but I think we're going to be doing a lot of collaboration because the two go hand in hand. As you know, creating an event is one thing, but getting the hype is all about getting response. And that's what we're going to be doing. My job in media and publications is to make sure the word gets out, the word is exciting, and the word is something that people want to hear more about. And Minnie is going to be getting more about. If they want to know more information, marketing is going to give it to them.
Well, Marketing, Minnie, how are you doing this?
I want people to know that there is something beautiful going on in the community. And I hope they're going to be really supporting it because we are here for a great cause.
And Andrew, with this event, what makes it unique to you?
Well, I think we've reached a niche in the whole area of fashion, design, and retail. A lot of people now want an experience. They don't want to just see stuff. And what is going to attract people, first of all, is the fact that people are looking for fashion, looking for something different, and they're looking for almost a production. And really, when you think about it, Runway is a form of arts entertainment. It's a production. And if we presented that as something unique, something different, sort of like Illuminato on a runway kind of thing, people are going to respond. And a lot of young people are interested in that because when they shop now, a lot of it is sort of instantaneous. And there's a certain grab. You respond right away. It's just like I think the whole selling process now is more emotional than ever. And I think the same thing has to be done in terms of marketing and publicizing the event.
Oh,
if you
sound like you're really good at your job.
Well, I think you have to create the hype, and you have to have something to have a hype about. And what you have to do is make this set it up in such a way that people realize it's the new wave of retail, a way of producing retail, of showcasing retail. And what better way to showcase retail now than fashion? And especially when there's no major fashion shows now, there's an opening in the market for Toronto for other fashion shows to come in and say, hey, look at us. We want to create a niche before anybody else gets there first.
So how are you guys publishing this? Are there any age brackets that you guys are targeting? Because you were mentioning social media. That's a lot of young people.
Yeah. Well, I think also the designers themselves will bring out their own market, because when people see what is being offered and who the designers are as we continue to ramp out, because we're not going to give everybody all the information right away. We'll sort of tease them and give them a little bit more and give them a little bit more as we get closer, so people will want to come to see because, oh, I've heard of him, or, oh, I like that, I want to see more of that.
Well, it sounds like a very busy month ahead of you guys. Not sure how much sleep you guys will get, but I'm excited for the show, and thank you for watching Inbox with Julia Cosby.
#1 multicultural channel. This is TAG TV.